It's highly toxic. Too much vitamin A can cause birth defects. It can cause like a soft bone type of condition in newborns. So you just be very careful if you use it with if you're pregnant. As a matter of fact, don't even ask your doctor about all that. Children, the same thing. Children doses are anywhere from 400 to 600 micrograms, but all these concentrations of vitamin A are in your daily vitamins, so you don't have to worry about that too much. If you do take too much vitamin A, and toxic conditions of vitamin A will cause, jaundice, and you can tell you have jaundice in your eyes, or get yellow in your eye, and liver conditions. Also, it can cause you to be very nauseous. You can have a decrease in your appetite. You can lose your hair. You're very irritable. These are symptoms if you're getting too much vitamin A. It can cause dry skin, and you can have joint pain also. So the vitamin A is one of those type vitamins that, it's not like you don't just take that alone. I mean, if you have the vitamin deficiency of any type, then yes, you might want to, look at the vitamin A. But your physician and your family doctor will be able to tell you if you have that by running certain tests. The next topic that I want to talk about is hypertension. Did you know that there's 25, almost 30% of the people in the United States have hypertension, and half of them don't even know they have it. Hypertension is known to be what's called the silent killer, and they call hypertension the silent killers because you're walking around with hypertension and you don't even know it. When you walk into a pharmacy or the drugstore or the grocery store and you see the blood pressure machine sitting there, this is the time when you should actually just sit down, stick your arm in the machine, and get a blood pressure reading, okay? Because you just don't know you don't have it. You just don't know when you have it. Lots of times they don't know what's really causing hypertension, but if you have a bad diet, if you take a lot of salt, if you're overweight, if you drink, if you smoke, these are factors that cause you to have hypertension. And lots of people who do this type of things don't pay attention to it. But the main thing is the salt. People take a lot of salt, drink and smoke cigarettes, have a big problem with hypertension. The normal reading, when you take a blood pressure test, it should read 120 over 80. That's pretty much normal. Okay, where the 120 is what's called the systolic pressure, and the 80 is the diastolic pressure. And just a little explanation on how the diastolic and systolic pressure thing works. If you take a water hose and you turn the faucet up real high, and if you actually feel the actual hose, it's real hard and tight, and because the water can't come out. But as soon as you squirt it and let the water out, that hose becomes soft and flaccid. So let's put this in a sense of your arteries and your veins. In your arteries, you have the blood flowing through your arteries, okay? So the diastolic pressure would be when the artery is finished, the heart is finished pumping the blood through the artery, and it's at its softest state, okay? But when it fills back up, it comes high pressure inside it. That's your systolic pressure. Very hard to explain, but I'm trying to do it the best I can. Another sign of high blood pressure, and if you have any suspicions, is usually like a headache. The high blood pressure headache is one that feels like it's up here in the frontal lobe, and it just feels like it's just something pushing against it. It's just, and it could be throbbing also, boom, boom, boom. But it's usually starting out in this frontal lobe.